Just arrived is the UniFi Switch Pro XG24 PoE. Let's get this thing out of the box. Okay, this is a humongous box. Oh, interesting. I didn't know it would open that way. So it looks like we've got some rack mount rails right here. We've got an accessory kit. Woo. And the Switch itself. Oh, that is heavy. Oh, beefy boy. The Pro XG24 PoE is an absolute beast of a layer 3 switch, and most certainly overkill for even the sweatiest of LAN parties. We've got 24 RJ45 ports across the front. 8 of these ports are 2.5 gigabit PoE+++ ports, and 16 of these are 10 gigabit with PoE+++. We're going to talk more about PoE+++ here in just a moment. You also get 2 25 gigabit SFP28 cages for high-speed connectivity between other switches or out to your gateway. Now, as of the recording of this video, the only UniFi gateway that also has 25 gig SFP28 cages is the EFG, or the Enterprise Fortress Gateway. Around the back of the Pro XG24, we've got a locking power port as well as redundant power by virtue of this big RPS port over here on the side. There's also a ton of cooling with cutouts here for 5 separate fans. Now, regarding the power and the fans, they're all integrated right into the chassis, but if you prefer a switch that has redundant hot swappable power supplies or hot swappable fan modules, you're gonna have to bump up to the Enterprise Campus 24 PoE, which is an additional $700. And while this one is the 24-port version of the Pro XG PoE switch, Ubiquiti is also releasing 2 other models. We've got the Pro XG10 PoE, which has 10 gigabit RJ45 PoE+++ ports, as well as 2 10 gig SFP Plus cages. And we've got the Pro XG48 PoE, which comes with 16 2.5 gig RJ45 ports, 32 10 gig RJ45 ports, all with PoE+++, and that one has 4 25 gig SFP28 cages. All right, surprise, there's one more XG switch being announced, and it's the $499 Pro XG8 PoE. Now this one has a desktop form factor, 8 10 gig RJ45 PoE++ ports, as well as 2 10 gig SFP Plus cages. The Pro XG8 PoE is going to be a really great 10 gig switch option for SMBs or for a home office environment. And while all of these Pro XG switches feature Etherlighting, as far as I know, the Pro XG8 is going to be the first and only desktop form factor switch that has the Etherlighting ports, which means you get full color RGB lighting that you can set up to display port speed or untagged VLAN ID for all of your ports. All right, let's fire this thing up and we'll take a look. Oh, there we go. There's the Etherlighting. I hear the fans as well. That is really such a cool effect. And of course, you also get the same 1.3-inch touchscreen display that we're used to on basically any 1U rack mount Ubiquiti equipment. So while this is booting up, let's talk about PoE+++. What exactly is that? Well, I actually did a pretty deep dive into PoE+++ when I released my Switch Flex 2.5G video. So I'm gonna put a link to that down in the description if you wanna go check it out. But basically, it boils down to 2 different types of the 802.3bt PoE standard. You've got 802.3bt Type 3 and 802.3bt Type 4. So Type 3 is commonly known as PoE++, and it can supply up to 51 watts of power for your devices. 802.3bt Type 4, which can supply up to 90 watts of power to your devices, was named PoE+++. Now, I'm not sure if it was named that by Ubiquiti or by some other vendor, but as far as I know, Ubiquiti is the only one who's actually using that nomenclature. The only current device that I'm aware of that can take in PoE+++ power is the Switch Flex 2.5G PoE. It can be powered by PoE+, or +++. And you get more or less power output to all of its ports depending on the PoE method that's used. The other really nice use case for these switches is that these are now among the cheapest UniFi switches that you can buy that offer a decent amount of 10 gigabit RJ45 ports with PoE for powering up some of the newer generation access points, such as the Enterprise E7 access points, as well as these new U7 Pro and U7 Pro XGS models. Digging into the specs a bit, yes, this is a layer 3 switch. The total PoE availability for your devices is a whopping 720 watts, and the total switching capacity is 460 gigabits per second. For power consumption, you're looking at 150 watts just for the base switch, and up to 870 total watts if you're maxing it out with PoE+++ devices on all of the ports. And I imagine the fans would probably be working overtime if you did that. So there you have it, a first look at the UniFi Switch Pro XG24 PoE. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you'd like to keep this party going, I've hand-selected a couple of videos on the right here for you to watch next. The top video is the video that I mentioned in this video, featuring the Switch Flex 2.5G PoE, where I do a deep dive into what exactly is PoE+++. And the bottom video is my review of the Pro Max 24 PoE, which is UniFi's original Etherlighting PoE switch.